at that because that is the graph of the slopes. This is f prime of x.
So that is the slope.
That is the slope. That's right.
I forget this is like a graph and chart or whatever, not really an actual graph. Well, if you did the slope, it'd be -1. If you're wondering. So it'd be +1/2 of the normal line.
I'll read this in a second. That's supposed to be an N. Okay, so it says f prime of 4 is -2, so that's the slope of the tangent line at x equals 4 if we had f of x. And then the normal is perpendicular, which we already talked about, to the tangent line. So the slope of the normal line is 1/2. Very good.
Oh, that is nice. Perpendicular.
Yeah, you just flip it and change the sign.
Geometry.
Oh.
I didn't do well in that, so I did great to my triangles.
If we were trying to find the slope of a f prime, would we just do the same thing if we had f of x?
No, you'd have to.
Slope of f prime.
Like if we were given f of x, we were told to find f prime of x slope, we'd do the same thing.
Like if we were trying to find the slope of f of x and we had a graph of f of x.
No, if we were trying to find the slope of f prime of x.
But we only had the f of x graph.
Could we do the same thing?
No, you don't flip it and change the sign. Is that what you're talking about?
What?
Like if we have this, but like if we had f of x instead of f prime of x. And
Okay.
it asks us to find
If
the slope.
Okay, if we had f of x and we're trying to find the f prime, you find the slope. You do rise over run.
Okay.
Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
Sorry.
The slope of f prime of x. That's right.
You said we had f of x.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
but we're
f of
finding
x.
f prime of x slope.
Like just the opposite of this question.
Well,
That is not the opposite of that question.
Isn't
It's not.
f prime of x just the slope of f of x?
F prime of x is the slope of f of x, yes.
So if you were just trying to find the slope,
Oh, okay.
that would be your answer.
Okay.
You want me to draw it for you? I understand this question. I kind of.
Has your question been answered? Okay. All right, so moving on. I'm sorry, I could not follow. For each of the given coordinates, determine the interval on which f of x is increasing and or decreasing. Find all the coordinates of the relative extrema. So that's maxes and mins.
Why they gotta say that?
Oh, extrema, that's so that mathematicians, again, are lazy. We don't want to have to write maximums or minimums. Extrema just means both.
Why can't you just say extreme? Why does it have to be too long? Yeah, why does it have to be a girl?
Unless otherwise noted, perform the analysis on all values from negative infinity to infinity, and then provide justification for your answers. So this is really some awesome stuff. You with me, Daniel? Okay. So we are finding where f of x is increasing or decreasing. So look back to this. When f of x is increasing, what's going on?
F prime of x is greater than
Yeah, the derivative is positive, right?
Yes.
And when it's decreasing,
Is less than
negative.
it's negative. So that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to have to figure out where f prime of x is increasing, or positive, sorry, and f prime of x is negative.
So we're gonna make a point chart.
Yes, we will eventually.
As we said, we don't have a point.
Yeah, but there's no points.
See, on the other one, there's a point. But this
Well,
one-
we got to do the derivative first.
Ooh, fine.
15x to the fourth minus 15x squared. Right? Wrong? Maybe.
The first one sounds right. I just hear the last one.
You multiply coefficient and exponent and take x.
Again,
I got 15 to the second.
my problem is so different than
Oh.
Dang.
Dang it!
You're learning with us.
We're all.
Okay, here we go. In this together. What'd you say it was?
15x to the fourth minus 15x squared.
Yes.
Yes, what I got.
That is
Okay,
what
so now think about when things change signs. What happened when we changed signs
From positive to negative.
positive to negative?
Yeah,
Stream up or whatever.
Yeah, what did I happen on f prime of x when I
Zero.
changed signs?
You got
What?
a zero.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I can find out where f prime of x is equal to 0, that's where it might change signs. Might. Because it didn't always, remember? Because we had that one over here where it didn't change signs.
1. Am I wrong? Though?
I mean, it's you
No,
might
it happens quite a bit.
You might be.
And 0.
It actually might be
So,
less than
we
zero.
set this equal to 0. We set the derivative equal to 0 because we know right around there is where it's going to change signs. Okay. Now, how do I solve that?
You
Plug in.
Add 15x squared. I don't know.
How would you do that?
You could plug in.
Divide
You
by
could just
15.
plug in once. We know it works.
Quadratic.
Divide by 15.
It's not quadratic.
Almost quadratic.
Divide by 15.
Take out an x squared.
We're going to do greatest common factor.
Ooh, yeah.
Take out
Take out a 15.
15x squared. Yes.
Woohoo!
So we were all kind of right once you put it all together. Because that's like 15.
Yes.
X.
Yes.
Put
Okay.
your heads together. You can figure
Leaving us with
Divide by
X
15
squared.
x squared.
That's
Minus
minus 1.
Divide by 15 x squared.
Mhm.
Wow. It's multiplying. Divide it.
You
You can get
can
rid of it.
cancel out.
Yeah.
When? How do we solve something that's set equal to 0 when you factored?
My question is pretty
Both
easy.
over 0. Oh, you split it. Are we going to do some BS stuff?
No, we're not going to get some bad solutions.
Dang.
Now we can
This way,
divide
this
by
way.
15.
My way was
Miss King got confused for a second.
Yeah,
there.
she
Yeah, she did. It was funny.
That's exactly why he did it, too.
It helps you remember.
Yeah.
So when I take the square root, it's plus or minus, but it's just 0, so it doesn't really matter.
Oh, we got x equals 0 and x equals 1.
No.
Oh,
Plus or
right.
minus.
Yeah.
Plus or minus 1, yeah.
Then you're gonna plug it in. Figure out if they're both right.
So now what we're going to do is we're going to do like it's called a sign chart.
Sign. What? Oh, opposite over hypotenuse sign or what?
No.
Okay.
S-I-G-N.
Okay.
So putting them in order from least to greatest, we have negative 1,
0.
0, and 1.
Did we do this before?
I definitely say
Maybe.
there's a max or min there.
So we're just going to figure out if I'm over here, am I positive or negative? If I'm here, am I positive or negative? And so on.
You're gonna go be in the middle, like because it's going from positive to negative to positive.
So I'm just worrying about f prime of x, if it's positive or negative.
I'm gonna plug in negative 2.
So I plug in like
Negative 2.
-2. So it's easiest, in my opinion, to look at this. If I plug in -2, I get negative times negative,
You get 30.
so that's a positive, right?
Negative times negative.
You
X
get
squared.
I'm plugging
Oh,
in negative
squared. I was like, what?
Yeah, negative
Yeah.
squared. It's a positive. And then negative times a negative, so that would be negative 2 squared is 4. Minus 1, that's also positive.
yes.
So positive times positive, that's positive.
So, were we starting positive?
We're starting from the top. There.
So what that means is from negative infinity to negative 1,
We're dropping.
the derivative